to the background.
Welcome to Shop Culture. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate you very, very, very much. Thank you for tuning in to Shop Culture. I am Twan the Voice, and I am joined by our host, Mr. Barry Crosby, and Mr. Dr. James R. Hill. What's up, fellas?
Well, what's that in the background? Oh, there we go.
He was trolling. Faded a little. Cut my hair.
My computer, shoot. Y'all had the mother, what's up?
I'm Twan, and these are the
Oh
Temptations.
my goodness, man. Boy.
What do you expect on my computer?
Well, guys, welcome. This is Shop Culture. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm joined, you guys know I'm joined by the relationship guru, Mr. / Dr. James R. Hill.
What's up, people?
And we got Twan the Voice in the background.
What's up? How you guys doing, man? Appreciate you tuning
Fix
in.
that fade.
I thought you cut it yourself.
Well. This way.
And guys, I am Barry Crosby, and this is Shop Culture.
How's everybody doing?
How's everybody doing this evening, man? Make sure you guys, as we always do, mention you guys say what's up to us. Let us know that you guys are here. Say hi. First off, how was your weekend?
My weekend wasn't bad. I can't complain. It was rainy, and so just stayed around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of stuff done. So,
Okay.
how about yourself?
Man, just a lot, man. Just trying to get caught up. When you kind of been on the shelf for a minute, you get a little bit back and you think you try to do too much.
So yeah, you better slow it down. Are you getting back to yourself?
Nah, man, I need to slow
Slow down, man. Come on.
I still think I'm young or something. Lying to myself, obviously.
Don't do it.
Yes. So, man, we did the pop-up yesterday, and maybe we need to kind of finish the pop-up a little bit because there was a lot of people kind of chiming in on disciplining, step parents disciplining children.
Right. Yeah, we talked a lot about say what do you have that meme you can put up there, Twan?
But real quickly though, there was some issues about the spanking aspect.
Right.
Now I did get some messages about people saying, I can't believe these folks are talking against spanking.
Against spanking?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I heard that, what I was hearing is like spanking. Yeah. It's like, what's up with the parenting of these days? And I was like, well, wait a minute. These are old school cats that don't necessarily believe that spanking is effective. And I heard what you guys were saying, and you guys had some very logical points on the reason why, it shouldn't necessarily be used. Now, did you say it shouldn't be used, or you said, because I said it should be the last resort?
And I agree with that. Last resort, because sometimes you have to come to that, or if you're going to end up in a situation where the kid is taking over the house.
Yeah.
Especially if they know that spanking is out of the question. It's out of the equation all the way. They're not going to get spanked. They're just going to get talked to, restriction, punishment, video game taken away, whatever the case may be. Kids are really smart these days. They'll usually find a way, to get to whatever they want, their online games or their friends online or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as a last resort, if they're not following the rules, that spanking should come into play.
Now, and we're talking about spanking just from the discipline. Now we talk about step, parents. They probably shouldn't parent or shouldn't spank or.
Yeah. See, what the whole topic was say your ex divorces and gets with another person, whether they're living with them or they're married to them.
Mm-hmm.
How do they discipline your child when you're the non-custodial parent? Do you think it's okay for them to discipline your child, spanking included or not? How do you guys feel about that? I want to hear your comments. I mean, we had a lot of good comments on both ways saying spanking yes, spanking no, or the non-custodial or the step parent should stay out of discipline whatsoever.
Yeah, now I didn't see that they should stay out of it. I just think there was a way that they should discipline. And some of that had communication with the other parent.
Right. There has to be that communication with all three. All three of the parents have to get together, regardless of what their differences are. You have to put that aside for the greater good of the child. And that's not the one. So you have to take the child into consideration. I mean, a lot of people will have resentment for their ex for moving on.
Already.
Yeah.
It's already. Yeah.
And will try to just create friction and say, I don't want that person, or I don't want any person for say around my child, let alone disciplining them.
Well, and I think the first thing first is the child can't run the household, period.
Right.
All right. So that's the first step.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had that discussion, and then that kind of goes into our discussion for today.
Right.
And we wanted to, well, actually, you brought it to my attention, and we were kind of going back and forth. You saying that women are initiating divorce.
Right. Put that name back up, Twan.
But you sent me something said at a high rate.
At a very high rate.
80%. And I said, well, that's a lot. That's high.
Yes. Now,
so 8 out of 10 are women out of divorces, 8 out of 10 are women that are starting the process.
Right. Now, more likely than not, at our age, we're in our 30s, 40s, 50s. Women are looking for security. They want that security. They want to get married. They want to take things to the next level faster than the man does, usually. So,
real quick, let's just, because we got comments, and let me just get it real quick. Keep your thought. Okay. I'm sorry. Tom, what's up, brother? How you doing? And B says, good evening. That's our famous, actually, she's the VIP. She's one of the VIP. Between her and William now. Right, William catching up, B, with you. William said, hola, como está? Cynthia says, I'm here.
Thanks, Cynthia.
Terry says, hello, do your thing.
What's up, nephew?
Dante said, question mark. And then, of course, we want to say hello to everybody. So, guys, what do you guys think about the topic about women initiating divorce? And we got to find out why first. But I'm sorry, finish your thought.
Okay, because like I was saying, women are usually know what they want earlier in a relationship, as far as they want marriage, they want security, they want stability, they want that marriage, and it's usually the woman that wants this more often than not than the man.
She just wants the wedding. Sorry.
Some of them just want the wedding. So this being the case, this is what women want. When so many of them get it, then why is the divorce, out of the divorce rate, out of 100% of the divorces, 80%, check my statistics, you know, if you don't agree with me, 80% of divorces are filed by women.
Yeah, that's a lot, Doc.
Some of them just...
Yeah. And so we had to do a rewind on that.
Yeah. So why is that? Why, if these women want to be married, do they want, what is it that they're wanting, or what is it that they're not getting that would take them to be the ones that file for divorce?
Oof. I mean, that's a loaded question. But let's ask the women viewers on that.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if they're going through or went through that situation, I would say in today's time, you know, people are quick. So if it's not working, they're out. So to me, it might have been like this even back in the day, but I think people were more committed to being in a relationship or, you know, being comfortable.
So what is it that's driving these women to file for divorce first?
According to our viewer V, she said divorce has been going on for years. We just see the stats more because of social media. Also, social media opening more doors for people. Maybe that's why divorces are high and filed by women.
I don't think social media has anything to do with this. Statistics were around a lot longer than social media was. And these statistics, I've done my research, go way back to
how long?
The early to the 1990s.
So you saying this has been going on since the 1990s?
Since the 1990s.
And has it increasingly went up every decade, or is it every what's the
It's
time?
gone up from 70 to 80% between 1999 and today, up to 80%, filed by women. Why is this?
Nick Jones,
I
talk to
wanted
me.
to say something because I'm banned off Facebook, so I couldn't.
Are you banned on it?
I'm banned off Facebook. Yeah.
Oh wow! How do you get banned on Facebook?
Calling people out on their racism.
Okay. Well,
Getting at white folks.
Okay.
But anyways, I pulled up an article or whatever from divorcemoms.com, and this was written 2 years ago. This is pretty recent. So let me read this real quick. An article on divorcemoms.com, a website by and for divorced mothers, also probes this question that you guys are talking about right now. While spousal infidelity and housework are mentioned, it is the touchy-feely elements that come into play. The author notes that women often initiate divorce when they experience boredom. Quote, women very often need more than their man can provide, especially when it comes to intellectual and emotional intimacy and a sense of adventure and surprise.
Oh shoot!
Yo, does that kind of go with what Cynthia just said?
What is
because
Cynthia
the men think that he's the boss, but don't stand up to the part as the man.
Disagree totally with that.
Does that kind of vibe?
Let me finish the rest of this real quick.
Because a woman has to allow the man to. But anyways,
he goes on to explain how even where there were financial and familial family reasons for keeping a marriage intact, some women may cheat either when their needs are not being met or as a way of getting an emotionally absent husband's attention.
that's loaded.
So
That doesn't give us the percentage though, but that sounds high.
No, yeah.
That sounds high.
Yeah.
What do you say, Doc?
So what I get
More
from
so
that
the
is
reason.
that these women are saying that their men aren't emotionally available, so it's causing them to check out.
Emotionally and intellectually.
Right.
Okay. So you should know this about your man before you marry him.
Well, we've had this discussion before. People do change, right?
Yeah, people
and you're
change.
usually seeing the best version of that person during the dating process.
Well, how
So-
long
but-
was it? Or
well, that dating
something like
process-
that?
And even up until you first get married, we call that the honeymoon stage. We said the honeymoon stage lasts a certain. Even when you date, you know you have that honeymoon stage. You can't wait to see that person, right?
Right.
And then you get about
3
6 months. Some people is less than that. Some people are a couple weeks.
Well,
Some people
that,
are
Couple weeks.
some
Damn.
people- what? Well, you know it's true. I'm just
No,
saying
I-
hypothetically, right? And then they get to the point they don't want to see that. So what I'm saying is, you find out more about that person, and so what that article is saying, I think it kind of goes both ways. Because men, I just think we get comfortable. We just like, hey, we'll just stay in it.
okay, and that's along the lines of what Diane is saying.
Okay,
I don't have any experience and knowledge of this topic, but in my opinion, that it's this. Maybe the relationship got complacent, where the men stopped courting his wife, flowers, helping around the house without asking, date nights, etc. She feels her place in the marriage is just mom or maid, and gets out and gets tired of no longer being seen as a woman in a romantic and an affectionate way.
Is she talking to my son's mom? Because this is what happened. That's right on.
So is this grounds for divorce, though?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's gonna leave.
these all sound like things that can be worked on. You bring awareness.
But when you don't want to work on them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't want to do those type of things.
But if you're married, you should want to work on it. If you value your marriage, you should want to work on it. Or is it easier to just check out?
So for some people, it is. Unfortunately,
Or-
that's why
or
the
is it-
divorce rate, because the men are not changing, and that's what women are saying, that men don't want to do these things. They're not doing these things. So that's why 80% of women are checking out. Good for them.
Okay, but just because a woman files for divorce, that doesn't mean every problem in the relationship was on the man.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
Well, nobody's saying that.
Well, I mean,
That's the narrative that one paints when you're speaking.
Well, when you talk to the woman, of course, that's the narrative she like. I mean, what woman is going to really say that I played a part? Have you ever met that? Like
well,
literally.
if she's filing
let's
for
say-
divorce.
Well, let's go in the comments. I bet you, what woman is going to admit that they played a part?
Accountability, in other words.
Yeah, accountability.
Okay, we got.
I mean, there are people like Pat that said I date my wife every day.
Well, and Pat, kudos to you. And is this your second marriage or first marriage? Did you have to learn this type? I mean, you have to learn this, or I mean, Because this is something that's worked on.
I mean, Pat said, "Don't let life get in the way."
Okay, well, he got a great point.
William, divorce is on the rise in general due to the corona shutdowns. People cooped up together for too long begin to get on each other's nerves. Going to work is the buffer to combat against that.
Nick, has that ever happened to you?
Okay, and that's correct.
I'm not married.
Because
I'm not married.
because the divorce rate has increased over 60% since the pandemic. So still the statistic of 80% being filed by women still stands.
And a lot of those divorces, from a great deal, because I don't have the numbers, but a lot of that is due to domestic violence.
Well, domestic violence plays true, but I think it would actually be domestic violence in a marriage. I think is a little lower than that.
Well, I mean, since the corona virus.
You might be true because it goes both ways on that. Because I'm hearing more and more about women assaulting men.
Guys,
It does happen.
There's a couple of
They
things.
go upside the man's head.
There's a couple of things, man, that I think you guys need to share your ideas on.
Talk to me.
Like V said, I read that a lot of women filed for divorces because of the lack of empathy, support, or no growth in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Karen said, women are sick and tired of doing it all.
Mm-hmm.
Working, paying the bills, cooking, cleaning, and not being appreciated or even getting help from their husband. Women are getting sick and tired of doing it all by themselves. So they might as well be by themselves.
Sounds like somebody didn't do the homework on who they married.
Oh, but Miss Hill, yeah.
Right.
You say that too about what you said. But
Right.
you said that, doctor, you said, what is your vetting process
Right.
before you get married?
Right.
But then I say, I think people change. I think people put on their best versions of their best self until.
But I think when you get to that point of marriage, you should know pretty much who you're marrying.
Yep.
And their ways. I mean, if they're just lazy and shiftless, if they only shower once a week, you'll know that, and you marry or not.
Okay, do you count living together as part of the process?
No. That's part of the vetting process. That's
okay.
You live together, you cohabitate, then you really find out more about a person.
Exactly.
Diane,
we ain't even talked about the financials when you talk about divorce, how expensive it is. So I think men also look at that as one of the reasons why they don't necessarily get the divorce.
Not a bad idea. Diane said that she agreed, but maybe they got married too quickly, like you said. And the woman only wanted the wedding and not the marriage and constant work that comes with all of that.
And a lot of times, that's what it is. A lot of women look at this fairy tale wedding and the happily ever after, but there's maintenance that comes along with that. And it's a constant maintenance. There's going to be highs, lows, ups and downs, good times and bad times. And when you make that commitment of marriage, you have to be taking all these things into consideration and know that you're strong enough to get through that. Or do you just check out when things aren't going your way? Or when you're unhappy for a moment, you make a permanent decision because you don't want to work hard.
Is it true that, and sometimes I hear is when the passion goes, that's when the relationship goes. So when the passion ceases to happen on a consistent, even especially for men, right? Sometimes men, we don't necessarily get maybe a physical.
Okay, and that could be the case, but then there's a reason behind that. Why is that not happening?
You're right, and that's when you have to learn about your mate, or learn about
learn about your mate, and you have to get to the root cause of what it actually is, because people act out, lash out a lot of times about a lot of things.
Great point.
And that's not the root cause, and it's usually something deeper seated that's the actual issue, and that's what you have to get to.
Resentment.
This is why he's the doctor, guys. And once again, we want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in to Shop Culture. Remember to like and share, and remember to go to the Shop Culture page so you can see all the comments, right? All the comments. Aren't you tired of getting that when people say, well, I've only seen like 4 or 5 comments? Well, you got to go to the Shop Culture page. Anyways.
Great point by Maria.
Okay.
She said you never finish knowing someone.
I agree totally with that. And it's called evolving too, right? People
Absolutely.
evolve.
That's what Karen said, actually. She said people do change a whole lot.
Yeah.
Right. And you have to constantly learn. You have to constantly learn from each other all the time as you both evolve.
Can we get those 4 steps that you always tell? We got to constantly let people know.
That's right.
Because we got a lot of new viewers, right?
Yeah.
And you've been saying this since day one. Even you said it on the previous show from a long time ago when we called you out.
Absolutely.
About submission.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I will say it again. When you get into any relationship, first I'm going to say love is a vulnerable emotion. And love is an action word. It's a verb. Put that in your back of your head. Okay. To get into a loving relationship, it's just like a building. You have to set a strong foundation. That strong foundation has 4 cornerstones. The 4 cornerstones of a strong foundation of a successful relationship are friendship, respect, trust, and communication.
Can we type? Can you just type
You
that?
put those 4 cornerstones in place, then you build to a loving relationship. But you will never get to love if you don't have trust, friendship, respect, and trust.
And does that start?
Trust, friendship, respect, and communication.
Okay, when do those 4 start in terms of? Does it start in the dating process?
That starts day one.
Day one.
Day one when you meet.
But you got to know that this is going to be somebody that you foresee.
No, you don't. But once you see all these things are in place, there's a possibility you can take it to the next level.
So
that
anybody
you have something to build on. There's a strong foundation there.
Oh, okay. So
Given that's
anybody,
the person that you have intent with, right?
well, that's what I'm saying. So
That's
you got to have intent with purpose.
Right.
But if you don't necessarily have that, because there's it's a lot of single people that are just dating. They don't know that until they get to a certain point. So that's what I'm asking. Does it start at what point did this start?
This starts day one when you meet. Okay, you see this person is respectful, you communicate well. Okay. We communicate
Okay,
well.
so that's interest.
Now we can become friends. We can build this friendship. We have respect.
Okay.
We can communicate.
Okay.
Now we can build on a
too much.
friend.
We ain't seen no money yet. We can't give them too much.
we can put these cornerstones in place, then you build on that.
Absolutely. Well, you guys know who he is. The book, when? Book is coming soon?
It's coming soon.
Come on.
I'm working on it.
All right.
So, because a lot of people people will get into a disagreement and a man will check out or he'll say something rude or something and that will hurt her. And she'll say, but I love you. When he feels at some point he's been disrespected. And he will say, I don't care about love. Show me respect. And to most men, respect
is number one,
and it's more important than love. If you don't have respect, you'll never get to the point of love.
But a woman needs to understand it about a man, though.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're trying to tell you. So, right, when you guys, right, respect. So true. Let's get to a couple comments. We got a lot of comments, guys. Thank you for chiming in, and we're trying to get to all the comments. So please be patient. Art, can you read it? What's up, Art? How you doing, brother?
Most couples are only married 2 to 4 hours a day, typically, meaning that they have work, kids, and other things in between. However, since COVID, they're forced to be married 12 to 16 hours a day, and finally learning who they are actually married to and realizing they don't really like that person.
Art is on fire. He's on point with that one.
Yeah, and a lot of times that happens when people engage in intimacy before marriage, before you really know a person. Well, and sometimes you may have a good physical, intimate relationship, and you went into it too quickly. Now you evolve and you think that that's sustainable, which it is not. And then you get to know this person and you realize, I don't like you.
Wait. Oh, okay, we're going to get to that.
But we have good sex.
But hold on, let's go back to that comment.
I don't like this person.
But COVID is not going to last the whole time.
That's right.
So it's going to go back to that. What do you say? You're married 2 to 4 hours a day type of thing.
Right.
So it's going to go back. So you got to kind of weather the storm too.
Right, but you're still going to always remember who you're married to, and that in the long term, if you're on a desert island, one of you is going to kill the other one.
But it goes back to what one of our viewers said about dating somebody every single day too, though.
Absolutely.
So as a man, right, or a woman, you can't be lazy, and you got to put in the work. So you got to keep
fresh.
Yeah. Oh, one of our viewers said that. I'm sorry, but it was a great point that he made on that.
Shalisa said sometimes after 7 to 10 years being with someone, you still don't know them due to them hiding their true selves. Once they completely reveal themselves, it's a totally different story.
And you still can love that person, even if it's something that you might.
Or you can resent that person for not showing you the true person that they actually were from the beginning.
But
then
everybody's
you feel
like that.
duped.
But everybody's like that. Everybody has something in their closet.
No.
Really? You guys don't think so?
I don't agree with
I
that.
think you should be totally transparent up front and not put
People
on
want transparency until it hurts their feelings.
Those are duplicitous individuals.
When the transparency hurts the person's feelings, it's a different story, guys.
Yo, guys, do you think it's really possible to hide your true self from your significant other or somebody that you're talking to for that amount of time?
If you're a liar, yeah.
A lot of people put on that facade for quite a long time.
How long can you put that on if you're living with them? To me,
So
you got about 12.
do it.
I mean, have you seen
narcissist,
couples,
right?
couples that get married? Yeah, the narcissists.
Narcissists and sociopaths can do that for as long as
Absolutely.
they're able.
Absolutely.
There's
Hey, Shay. Yes, absolutely. So, and have you ever seen couples get married and sometimes if a woman kept herself fixed up and pretty, she wore makeup all the time, she's there. Some women get up 2 hours earlier than their man so they can make themselves up so when he wakes up, they will see them.
Wait.
Yeah,
Today's when?
Absolutely.
Not
I never
now.
heard of that.
That's not
it
now.
happens now.
Stop.
It happens.
Stop, dog.
That
Dog.
sounds like
Oh, it
I
happens.
Love Lucy.
Dog, that's like in the 70s. That's the 70s, 80s.
That's
Not now.
Oh,
Women are wearing hoodies just like
No,
we are.
no, no.
Women are wearing
all
hoodies.
these filters we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those filters, and they're
They
trying to
look
show
good
you
for
that
the-
filter in real life.
Why you got a halo all the time?
Okay. How about with let's see here. Miss Hill. What did Miss Hill's the last comment she said?
Miss Hill said, and men stop putting in the work because they become complacent and lazy and start taking the wife for granted. Wives get tired of this same old roller coaster ride, so they fly for the divorce.
Well, dang, Miss Hill.
But is that not something that can be worked on?
That's what I'm saying.
Because
I can't
it
believe I'm
seems
saying
to me
Yeah.
that if 80% of the women, if they're filing for divorce because of these things, they're looking at it from their standpoint from, oh, well, I'm not getting this isn't happening, and that's a narcissistic way, and not looking at, well, am I giving what I'm expecting to receive? And I think if most people would look at it that way, am I giving what I want to receive? And be honest with yourself. And don't take the narcissistic view about me. I want this, he has to do this, he has to do this. You both have to look at, am I giving what I want to receive?
I'm reading
Nick Jones.
I'm reading here on this article with some women, a lot of them they feel it's a little too late. So often,
Have they went through counseling though? Because there's you have to go through therapy. You got to.
So from what I'm reading right here, there's this lady talking to her, I think it's a counselor, and she's talking about those things. And the lady's like, yeah, I'm filing for a divorce, and now he's doing all the things that I've been pressing him to do, prior. Now he wants to, show and prove, and I'm already past that. I want the divorce. And she's in a stage of resentment. And from what this lady is saying here, she's like, resentment is often a marriage, kills marriages.
And real quickly, because I agree with that. Real quickly though, a lot of men have an attitude that I come across as like, I'll make the money, or I'm making the majority of the money, so I don't have to do anything else.
Some men think that's a narrow-minded way of thinking.
It is.
And in today's world, women have greater earning power.
But even if that
And
wasn't the case, you shouldn't.
But and could that be the reason why more women are filing for divorce? Because they have greater earning power, which gives them greater independence. Women aren't depending on men no more these days as much for finances as they used to 20 or 30 years ago.
And I say this, if you both are unhappy, get out.
But is it worth it? Do you work on it or do you get out? Is it affecting your mental health, your physical health? Well, if so, then it's time to go. Have you just grown apart? Are you not physically attracted? Are you giving what you want to receive.
But you're not, yeah. But if you feel like it's taken away, or you just stay because you have kids, that's the wrong reason, though.
That is the wrong reason. Absolutely.
You know, Pat said that hard conversations lead to an easy life.
Yeah,
I want to agree with that.
Yeah.
But some people don't know how to receive truth. Some people don't know how to.
and that's why I say transparency is hard when it's truth.
Mm-hmm. Especially when it's in regards to
Nobody likes that because I speaking for myself. You know, who wants honest truth?
women, particularly.
Do you think you accept, Doc? You think you accept honest truth?
I can. Yes, absolutely.
You never get defensive. You never feel attacked. You never feel.
No, when I take honest truth, I take it into consideration. I process it, and I step back and I process it, and I criticize myself. I try to, to see, am I in agreement with this? Not always am I in agreement with it, but you have to take it from a non-biased standpoint and not get defensive, and take it as if it's constructive, and take a look at yourself. Is this really me? Is this really true? Is this something that I can correct?
Did it take you some time though?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's another thing we have to be. It's constant work.
Yeah.
And it's maturity too.
Yeah. See, what did he say? One of my coworkers said his wife gets up at 5 doing her eyes, and it takes her 2 hours. See,
yeah.
So why? I mean,
why is she doing that?
So when he gets up, he can have that vision of her that she wants him to have.
It might make her feel good though too.
Okay, well then she has self-esteem issues.
Well, are you calling her out for wanting to having an appearance that makes her and her husband?
Maybe that's her regimen.
Well, there's nothing wrong with putting on some makeup to enhance your beauty, but you should never try to transform your look to make you feel better.
Doc, do you how do our viewers feel about that?
Ugly isn't disguise.
Isn't that what makeup? Isn't that what?
But isn't what's the definition of makeup then? Doesn't makeup is a transformation?
It's used these days as a transformation when it should be an enhancement. And
enhancement or transformation? Which one, guys? Let's ask our viewers, because I would say it's both.
The same difference.
Well, it can be used for both, yes, but it should be used to enhance. You shouldn't see a person one day with makeup and see them the next day and not know who they are without makeup. That's a transformation. But
isn't that the same thing as wearing extensions or a wig or what have you?
Oh, that's all part of it. I mean,
those are components.
Yeah.
If it helps, what is the issue?
What does it help, though? What does it help?
It helps their confidence.
Okay.
Their confidence might be lacking.
Okay. So,
and then we like visuals, so to sit here and act like we just gonna be like, oh, why are you doing that? You're not, no.
Okay, so they met her like that though too. She had all of that.
She had all that on her. So. You didn't meet her in her natural state.
Exactly. So, but she should feel just as comfortable in her natural state. Because if you see her in her natural state, you're not going to be as impressed, and you're going to feel duped and deceived that this is not who I met. And so therefore, to avoid that, a lot of women will get up 2 hours before their man to put all that on.
See, I don't. Do they still? I'm trying to think.
That's new to me.
But
it doesn't make sense.
But if So what do you guys think? Let us know. Art said, Art, I can't. I'm done with Art.
Yo, Art said, get up at 5 to put on makeup. She might be an ex-hoe.
What does it have to?
I wouldn't go that far.
Art, I gotta call you out about that, bro. Wait a minute. That is, come on. Art, you cold-blooded with that.
And what is Shay? If you feel the need to wear makeup every day, yes, it's a self-esteem issue.
Really? There's a lot of women I've seen that wear makeup every day.
That's a woman who said that.
But can you go and feel just as comfortable without it? And you should be able to, because you're naturally beautiful, and you should be able to bask in your natural beauty.
Well, there's some women that can't
shine in your natural beauty.
But there's some women that can't leave.
Just don't have that natural beauty.
But even if they don't, if they're not that physically appealing, it's the way that they carry themselves and the aura they exude that makes them beautiful. That confidence shows.
But wait a minute, there are some women that don't leave the house until their hair is dead. Is that anything wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with hair. There's nothing wrong with having yourself put together.
That's the trend.
But you don't have to put on a full face of makeup just to leave the house. You shouldn't feel you have to do that.
Okay, so you're just saying it's the full-fledged makeup, not eyeliner or little lipstick, mascara, something like that. That's not too much though.
A little to enhance, yeah.
Okay.
Yo, one thing that Cynthia said is find a man that love you for who you are, not what you look like.
Well, men are visual.
We don't have
people,
much of a choice, do we? Considering that we're dealing with the fake eyelashes, the extensions, the fake nails, and everything else. I don't think we really have a choice
We do have a
You do have- I
choice.
say you do
than
have
to
a
fall in
choice.
love with the actual person, because you can break a nail in a minute. Your extensions can go flying.
Well, see, men are visual
Yeah, that's
creatures.
what I was saying.
So that's
Hold on,
the
Doc.
first thing that they're going to see.
Yeah.
But you got to bring more than that. You got to come with
To
more
keep
than
them interested.
that. Exactly.
The looks is what anger it down.
Hey, Kelvin said my wife disagrees. Self-confidence, pride, and beauty. Keep the standard that caught his eye.
I agree with that. There you go. So
Did
it's a
he
full
say that, or
makeup.
did she say that for him?
Oh.
I'm just asking the question. Did he say that, or did she say that for him?
Right?
Oh.
So that's
That
why
sounds like
she's
a-
getting up 2 hours before him to get all made up before he
Sounds
wakes
like
up.
a him picture.
So when he wakes up, he sees that made up person. So if you ever see her unmade up, you're not even going to know this person. And then you're not going to be attracted to them because they don't have makeup on. You're not going to love them because they don't have makeup on.
Right.
That's
If you're a
pretty
true
shallow.
man, you're attracted to their
I prefer
intellect.
natural beauty.
Your intellect and intelligence. That's what you should be attracted to.
Right. Yes. The visual that you see first, yes, they're made up. You see, every man appreciates a well put together woman. Yes. But you enhance your beauty and you should be just as comfortable and confident without any makeup on.
Now, would you have an issue if a woman's like working out or going to the gym too much? Would you say it's unnecessary? Because
No,
okay,
no,
I
no.
just want to make sure.
No,
Okay.
that's
Maintaining your health is never.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, maintaining health is one thing, but you can overdo
Well,
it.
you're at the gym, right?
Well, but then you're trying to overdo it a lot of times, right? So
Yeah. What did V say? I dated a guy who loved all the fake body parts. Weave and makeup said she was too natural for him. Well, he
Too
had
natural?
problems. That
Wait,
guy had
what?
issues.
well, but V, why you like him then?
She said she dated him. She didn't
dated-
say
well,
how
no.
long it
Well,
lasted.
We want to know some insight. Can we ask that?
Oh wow.
Yo, Cynthia said, I'm just a natural woman.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nobody's
There's nothing
saying
wrong
yeah.
with being confident in that.
Yes.
Pat said, my wife sometimes wears sweatpants. Sometimes she dresses sexy. I like both.
Right.
I agree with
I
that.
mean, if you're getting ready to go out and it's date night, and if she normally doesn't wear much makeup, she puts herself together and does all this, and wow, bam, that display, and you're thrown back, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't have to be all the time for them to feel comfortable with themselves.
It should be whatever should be what makes her comfortable at the end of the day, right?
Yo, we appreciate you, Calvin, clarifying that for
Hey,
us.
Calvin, what?
Calvin said she responded. We've been married 32 years. I know what she means.
Come on, man. Call
There you go.
call it Nick Jones out for that.
Oh no, I'm glad he said something. We just want to make sure.
What did Art say? Hell no. Gotta have them both.
Come on.
Intellect pairs well with beauty. Actually, he's absolutely correct.
Mhm.
Intellect keeps it going, man.
And what did Travis say?
But we ain't looking at that at first. Let's be honest. Nobody looking at intellect
No,
first.
that's not.
Not at all.
No,
Okay, can we
but that's your additional that you bring to the table.
Cherry on top.
Yeah.
Travis said, yes, enhance it. But you're definitely getting clean, fresh face often because I'm working out. I'm a girl tomboy for life. But I will go full glam. See, you have that option.
We know. Okay, we
You
see
have that option to
Uh,
go full glam. That's when you pull out that extra card. But if you're at full glam all the time,
Well, what does girly tomboy mean though? Is that
that means she don't mind getting her hands dirty. She can
Okay.
get out there
she
and
can fix the flat and all that and
play
change the tire?
football with you or whatever.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, talk to us.
Absolutely.
Talk to us. We
That's
here.
my definition. Correct me if
Okay.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, I just always, I've seen that before, and I always wanted to know what the definition was. V said, what? What did V?
Yo, V said, I went on 2 dates with him, and he was a single preacher. His
Oh.
ex-wife was into all the fake body parts and such.
Well, that said something because of
Said something
probably
Yeah.
first lady-ish type of.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Tammy
So-
Faye Baker was brought up.
Oh, wow.
So it's all about appearances with him. It's
Yeah.
So that's pretty
He's
shallow and superficial.
He's a superficial cat.
But wait, hold on. We did say this is what you like. What we always said on the show, right? Because everybody has different things of what they look at.
Right.
So she did go on 2 dates.
She gave him benefit of the doubt.
So B, I got to say, you must have liked some about Pastor.
What does Shay say? A lot of women look scary, even to other women, without makeup.
Hysterical.
Some friends I don't even recognize because they do not have their extra face on. See, and that's all bad. Unrecognizable? No, that's the transformation that I'm talking about. You shouldn't transform yourself to a total different look unless you're playing an acting role in a movie or something.
Optimus Prime.
But you just enhance it. A little lip gloss, a little blush here and there, and enhance what you have.
I mean, I hear you guys talking about. When you're on Facebook. Hold on, when you're on Facebook, and the lady does that transformation, y'all pushing likes. You like the pic. So I mean, call it what you want.
Women would then say, "Doc, who are you to define a woman's standard in beauty?"
Who said that?
I'm just saying that's what the general rebuttal would be. Yeah.
Well, I don't think you're saying anything that's. I hear.
I'm just saying that's what a rebuttal would be from some women.
Wade Beat said yoga pants and messy hair is good with me.
I agree with that.
Hey, if she's comfortable with that and she can be her sweet, sexy self and exude that positive aura, absolutely.
Yoga pants are the best creation.
Does that only apply if they actually do yoga?
No.
What do you come up?
No, because look, don't say that you haven't been out at the store and seen some yoga pants where no yoga was taking place, bro.
What does that have to do with anything?
The attraction level. Why are you wearing yoga pants and you don't do
yoga?
So
you're calling what Doc is saying.
Why are you wearing yoga pants and don't do yoga?
Because you can wear yoga pants and it looks good on them.
He's basically saying women who put their stomachs into these leggings and come out in public looking crazy. Why are fat chicks wearing yoga pants?
Why are you fat dudes wearing tight?
I'm just going off what he's saying. I'm trying to understand what he said.
Or if they feel comfortable in themselves doing that, I say they go for it. I mean, she's not wearing them for no one but herself. And if she feels comfortable and confident in that, big sisters, you go for it. Yeah, somebody gonna like it. As long as you like it, that's all that really matters.
You like it, I love it.
Yeah.
Wait. So, boys, I got to ask boys this again. So you're saying if you don't do yoga, you should not be wearing yoga pants?
I'm not a baseball player. I'm not going to sit out there and wear some baseball pants.
That's not the same.
Come on, I know a lot of chicks that don't do yoga, but they be looking right.
Again, that's the voice.
Come on, I'm not a football player, so I'm not going to wear football pants.
So if you seen a chick who was just banging in some yoga pants, and you found out she wasn't doing yoga, you are no longer attracted to that?
I got questions. How much else are you lying about and
what?
faking?
What the hell? Let's go to the next one.
You're faking the fun. You're faking.
What the hell?
Well, you're not a basketball player,
Yeah,
but you're a basketball player.
What the hell is going on right now?
I wear basketball shorts when I go play basketball.
You ain't played basketball in about 20 years. What are you talking about, bro?
I wear tennis shorts when I go play tennis.
You came in here with some basketball shorts on. Ain't dribbling the ball with.
But leggings is the normal fashion statement for women that they wear. It's part of their wardrobe.
Right.
Yes. All right. Let's get.
Man. Calvin said, I guess I'm lucky. My wife looks good with or without makeup.
Calvin, you getting some good points. I like
Absolutely.
Good for you, man.
And she has the confidence to exude her natural beauty, and he appreciates that. That's what I'm talking about, Calvin.
Mm-hmm.
Wear makeup all the time, 24/7.
B said, I like the way he dressed, but he was not my type. I'm not first lady material.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's all about appearances and presentation. You know, that's like when you go to a gourmet restaurant. It's all about, they want to present the food. It's presentation. But what? Presentation lasts how long on a plate? 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
They sit in front of you, that presentation, it looks good.
And then
you start
eating.
Here's the food.
Right.
But we enjoy presentation.
Yes, but it lasts 30 seconds.
I mean,
if it looks good and tastes horrible, you're going to push it away.
I agree, but we enjoy it, Mom. Presentation is 70% of it, though. It's quite high.
Yeah, but it doesn't last. It's not sustainable.
Then that's the overall point. It's not sustainable.
Cynthia said that I could just wear, the lip stuff and don't need the fake lashes and etc.
She got some lips on her.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, okay.
Good shit.
Okay.
Yo, Wade said that's like saying if you don't play basketball, then don't wear Jordans.
Absolutely.
Right.
Just talking to you, Twan.
That was
I know they're in the back of my closet. They're in the back of my closet.
We're just trying to understand.
No,
you're not going to wear your Jordans unless you play basketball.
Right.
Oh, come on, man.
No, the Jordans in the back of the closet when I wear those.
For men, Jordans are fashion.
That is a
statement.
lie.
That's fashion.
And half of them can't dribble.
I mean, they haven't sold billions of dollars
to just
Jordans
basketball
to
players.
Basketball players, right?
Appreciate you, Pat. Have a great one, man.
Thank you, Pat, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. And once again, thank you for tuning in. Remember to like and share Shop Culture. Man, we got a lot of comments today. Goodness. I know we're probably missing some of them, but man, the yoga pants. Great topic. Great topic on the yoga pants. You know what? Real quickly, since we kind of getting to the end, we were talking to Nick Jones. Real quickly, Nick, can you tell us this story about paying? You were dealing with a situation. Can we just real quickly just give us just because this is interesting. I want to see how our viewers would think about this. If you're dating, maybe men dating a woman for a period of time, and she hasn't. Is it safe to say she hasn't paid for any? But she says, "Hey, I do other things." Would that be okay for people moving in today's time?
You know, people operate differently. With my particular situation,
we don't want to put you on the spot.
I'll talk about it.
Okay.
Real quickly though, just give us.
Yeah, with my particular situation, I had it was involving pizza, and the chick, or the chick that I'm dating, she was expecting of me to just automatically pay for the said pizza, right? And and we've been, dating for almost 3 months now. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, well, I really don't, want the pizza, but if you want it, won't you get it, and I'll just cash app you later. And she didn't want to do it like that. She just was totally expected on me to pay for the food.
Now, is this a reoccurring thing?
Now, yes. To keep it a buck, yes. Because I don't have a problem with
We got that. So you don't have a problem paying,
but it's just like, don't expect for me to just always come out of pocket, particularly when you want something.
So Doc, coming from your experience, how would you handle a situation? You've been dating this woman. Obviously, you guys like each other. You've been dating for a period of time, but she hasn't came out of pocket.
I think that's totally inconsiderate, and I would have to let her know at some point, or I would just pay attention to the huge red flag that's waving in front of my face, because it's totally inconsiderate of a woman to look out. If she's hungry, she pretty much knows you worked out and you're hungry. Order DoorDash and teriyaki. Come on over, I got something for her. Sometimes, you're going to do the same for her. If you're the one that's paying most of the time, if she expects that, then she's taking you for granted, and that's a narcissistic behavior, and selfish at that. That's a major red flag, and she's inconsiderate. It shows a lack of consideration if she's not saying, "Come on over. I know you're hungry. I ordered teriyaki for us. I ordered pizza."
Yeah, and then in 3 months, you're in the third month. And you probably went out about 6-7 times.
Been out, quite a few times.
But in all fairness, sometimes women think that if they do other things, that's an equal compensation. Is that?
But we're both doing other things,
right? So
how is that equal compensation? She's getting pleasure just as I am from other things.
Okay.
She's getting enjoyment just as I am from other things, so that can't compensate. It just shows a lack of consideration if you can't say, I don't want you to buy, I want to treat you.
Yeah, and I think
it's totally selfish.
And I can kind of see your point, especially if you're in the dating phase and you get 3 or 4 times. There should be a point where I shouldn't have to mention that. She should just pick up, saying, "Hey, hey, I know that you got it."
In my particular case, this is something that because if I'm offering or whatever, then it's nothing for me to. I'm gonna pay for it. But if you're just like, hey, I want some pizza. You're gonna pay for it, right? That's where I was just kind of like, wait a minute, I don't.
So you feel used?
That's not what I don't want no damn pizza. You want a pizza? You order it. You
That's not as uncommon as you guys might think.
What's not uncommon?
That man went by McDonald's one time because the lady wanted some fries. She orders the fries. She's like, "Hey, you want anything?" I said, "Yeah." Can I go ahead and get some spicy nuggets? She said, "Cool." You know what, yo? Can I go ahead and make this an order? We pull up to the window. She's like, "You want to pay for this?"
Well, see,
I was like, "No, thank you."
I saw a good comment. Rudo?
Steph. How you doing, Steph?
Oh, that's Steph? Oh, that's what that is?
Steph.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
Steph said that there should be a balance unless you are the type of woman that expects a man to get it all. That's something you should discuss and let him know during the talking phase of it.
But he should also, Nick, you need to also communicate that, hey, this is bothering me. It's getting to a point where I'm not seeing the.
And just to keep the audience on point, I did do that. Like, right as all that was going down, I told her, hey, I don't mind fronting the bill. It's a way. I think when you're in the dating phase, it's a way for us as men to show that, hey, I can be a provider.
Right.
That's why I don't make a fuss about pay. It ain't nothing for me to pay for anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to gloat or nothing, but I mean, I got money. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But just don't be always expected of a dude to just come out of pocket.
Right. And I think a good man that shows he's a provider, he's a leader, should always see that his woman is never needing. But if you got gas in your car, she go out to the club with her girls. You got money, you good. I don't want dudes buying you drinks. You got money, you good. You got gas in your car, you're safe, and she should look out for you just the same. Babe, are you hungry yet? Well, come on over. I got you.
And that's what I'm at.
You're tired.
I don't need you to buy me anything.
Right.
I'm good. But hey, just show me that you're willing.
Yeah.
It's just a willingness.
Be considerate. If I don't feel like stopping to get something to eat because I'm tired, I had a long day, and you've expressed that throughout the day to her, then she will think, oh, he's having a bad day. Mm-hmm. Let me order dinner for him. Come on, babe. I got you.
And because I still consider us to be in the early stages. She has, on occasion, she has done, for me, like I was telling y'all before we started the show, when we were all snowed in, was it last weekend? She did, make dinner, provided what,
yes.
I wouldn't purchase.
Yeah.
But she
but it's still time cooking. Cooking is
so I take that into, consideration. So.
Yeah. And cooking is no small feat. So when somebody cooks for you, you should always be appreciative of that.
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And what did V say? Women have been taught that the man pays for everything. Whoever asks the person out pays. If he always wants to pay, at least offer or even if he refuses it.
We need to highlight that and put that on every Facebook.
Thank you.
Because that's right.
Thank you so
that's
much,
it.
B.
That's
B.
showing consideration.
Man.
Absolutely.
B, hit it.
Yeah.
That's bingo right there. That's all.
I mean, and some people are
they're
less.
more agreeing with B. Now I want to see. How many women agree with B? I just want to see this.
B is on fire.
Diane already chimed in and said, "I agree with B."
There you go.
Okay, well we got two.
Show some consideration. That goes a long way.
It really does. And I'm going to tell you something. Women want to know a trick. You pull out the first date. You take care of that bill. I guarantee you, if the man's worth anything, the next 10 times you won't have to worry about nothing.
Absolutely.
He's going to be so happy. He's going to come to his barber shop and he's going to tell the barber. He's going to tell all the people around. Hey, man,
right. He's going to make sure you got gas in your car. He's going to make sure you got groceries in your house.
Garbage taken out.
If he see you stressing, why are you stressing? You need a few dollars?
Yeah. He's still telling his boy, remember when
you stressing about a bill or something?
Yeah.
You need a bill. Are you stressing? Well, I'm having some, she shouldn't even have to say, here, babe, here's a few dollars. I see you stressing about something. I hope this helps.
That man will brag about that first date payment that you made a year from that date.
Right. Absolutely. And what did Trevor say? It's time for her to kick in.
Oh.
The fact that she's asking is premeditated selfishness. How about you got this one? How about you got this for this or me? Yeah. She fed herself before she met you.
Oh.
I'm big on consideration.
Wait, is this?
I appreciate y'all.
This is Shop Culture. That's why you guys got to tune in to Shop Culture. We have these. Is this a mature woman type of attitude?
These are grown-ass women.
Yeah, you ain't lying. This is grown because young women you think would do this? I don't know.
Some will, but a lot of them no.
But they need to be taught these
But this is
things.
what we got to teach them.
You need to be
That's why you got to tune
taught
in.
to be
You
considerate.
tune in 8:30.
Other grown women like these ones here in the comments should be, because they're not going to listen to me.
I mean, if they listen to their grandparents, what's your grandmother going to tell you? Best way to that man's heart, girls, to his stomach. Feed that man.
But the grandmother could be young too, though.
Yeah.
But his grandmother's my age,
Yeah.
and I'm 34.
You know?
Grandma's my age.
This 34-year-old grandmother's
Oh,
out
man.
here, y'all.
And I don't think it's a bad thing if the man's buying the groceries. Yeah, you could.
I agree, Doc.
And I think a man's going to see that as a fair exchange. Absolutely.
Oh, wait. William said that's the Asian culture, though. We always fight to pay the bill. Oh, I know. And I love the Asian culture because, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
No, I'm talking about that's a culture, yes.
Oh,
yeah. No, I agree with what
Forget taking him out to eat. I'm cooking his favorite meal at home. Let me personalize it.
Oh, wow.
That works.
Well, again, to be fair, she did that for me. She did that.
Yeah, so she
All
did
right.
that.
Yeah.
And okay, Steph. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. It's getting okay. and yes, and that's just a way of just showing, you know, saying you guys are both in it, because a man should always be willing to take care and take a woman out. It should never be a big deal about that. If you have a big deal and you tripping about that,
and if that's what she appreciates, if that's what makes her happy, and she should always look at what makes her man happy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Trevor, what is Trevor
So, yep, I will cook the hell out of anything he buys.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Seasoning on it.
Okay. Well, is it gonna be seasoned? We gotta have that. Now wait a minute. Now I gotta ask the women though. We ain't talking about the drinks. Who's bringing over the bottle?
Oh, that goes without saying.
Okay.
If you want a drink, you bring your drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's cooking, you sipping, and y'all have a conversation, or you cook together. Because me and myself, I enjoy cooking.
Okay.
You know, and I'm pretty good at it.
I got to
Okay.
work on that.
You know?
I do got to work on that.
I'm banned from the kitchen. The kitchen be burnt
I
down,
don't
so
think
I'll stay.
I'll try.
I'm burnt for it, but I don't mind going out and going out and get some food and eating and bringing something. So let's get it.
My
So,
air fryer game is nice.
okay.
So what did V say back in the day? When I dated, men always paid. Fast forward, she said, if I ask you out, I will pay. I will offer to pay. If you refuse, maybe pay the tip. Okay. Me and my partner do this. I always let him know I appreciate him and not to take advantage.
You got a good.
That's very considerate.
And
Yeah.
very considerate, V. And that's why, man, you're one of the VIP.
And
viewers
and
of Shopkulture.
men really appreciate that.
And I'm sure your partner appreciates that too.
Absolutely.
So, guys, we are getting to the end. As you can see, these comments are man, they're coming in. We so appreciate you guys tuning in to Shopkulture every Tuesday. You guys already know what time. It's 8:30. Joined once again by the man, the relationship guru. He was on fire today. You were on fire. I don't know what happened. Because you looking doctor, you got the turtle. You looking Dr. Rich today. Dr. Rich. I love it, man. I love it, man.
Wisdom.
You know who this man is. He's Mr./Dr. James R. Hill. Joined once again by the voice. You know, who's that guy right there? The voice.
Appreciate you guys.
You all you have to say is the voice, and they know.
Appreciate you
This is
guys.
why I don't like yoga pants.
I don't like yoga pants and all that
No,
crap.
man, that's live.
Yeah.
You don't do yoga, stop wearing them, please.
And then once again, we got in studio Nick Jones.
Hey.
Thank you, Nick. And man, I'm so sorry. Finish it out, bro.
I just want to close this out with just saying that, I mean, everybody's not going to hear what I have, going to appreciate what I have to say, and not going to like it, but it's true. There are gender roles. We each have our role we have to play in life, in our relationships. And I just want you ladies to know that being a woman is beautiful. Women have strength and power in their own femininity. There's no need to be a man, nor do you need to compete with the man. You should be happy and comfortable as a woman in all your femininity. Be submissive to your man. Loving relationships don't compete with each other. Support him. Don't feel the need to do everything that he does. Be happy with what you do and stay in your own lane as he will stay in his. Remember this, if you want to act like a man, be prepared to be treated like one in all aspects of life. Can you really handle what it is to be a man? Okay. Men stand up when they pee for a reason. Women sit down. Know your position.
Well, oh wow, Doc, I don't know how to take that.
That's a whole topic. That's a whole other
Doc,
Have a
that's the
good night,
topic.
y'all.
We can't do this. We can't leave on this type of note, but we are.
Let that marinate.
We're gonna have to do a pop up
God damn.
real quickly, guys. Thanks once again for tuning in to Shop Culture.
We
Remember
appreciate you.
to like and share. Man, whew. Stay safe and be blessed. Your stuff. Now, come on, man. Really?
It's not even plugged in, bro.
Oh, really? You ever bitching about a fucking plug-in? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Really?